On my husband's birthday, I headed to the cake shop while my heart fluttered. I knew he'd be delighted if we held a birthday party for him. However, what I saw at the cake shop was my husband selecting a cake happily with an unfamiliar woman. I couldn't stay there any longer, so I called my husband's cell phone. "Where are you right now?"
"I'm out for a walk with our daughter."
He didn't even realize I was right behind him. So I decided to give him a last birthday present along with a recommended cake. I am Emily Johnson, a part-time employee and a housewife, and I'm 32 years old. I have been married to Tom, who is 4 years older, for 8 years, and we live with our almost 4-year-old daughter, Catherine. Tom and I met when I was a high school sophomore at our part-time job. He was in college and seemed more mature than me, a high school student, and he was a senior who I looked up to. I remember being truly happy when he, whom I had a crush on, accepted my proposal. We got married after 7 years of dating, having understood not only each other but also our parents and family environments well. After getting married, I became a housewife, while Tom, who has been working since he graduated from college, has been promoted and is currently a department head. It took some time before our daughter was born, but he showers her with love, and I thought we were one big happy family. One day, as Tom's birthday was approaching, our daughter, who has started attending kindergarten and had become interested in people's birthdays because of the monthly birthday parties, brought up the topic.
"Mom, it's Dad's birthday on Sunday, isn't it?"
"Yes, it is. Did you know, Catherine?"
"Yeah, I asked Dad. I also know about your birthday, Mom."
"Oh, really?"
"Aren't we going to have a birthday party for Dad?"
Since our daughter was born, we haven't celebrated my husband and I's birthdays on a large scale. At most, we would say happy birthday, convey our gratitude for the year, and make his or my favorite dish for dinner. Especially since Tom's birthday is close to our daughter's, we stopped preparing a cake, thinking it would be fine to celebrate together. Being suggested by our daughter, I thought it would be nice to properly celebrate his birthday after a long time. Excitedly, I smiled at our daughter, who was waiting for my reply. "Well, then shall we have a birthday party for Dad?"
"Yes."
"I think Dad will be happy." Luckily, his birthday is on a Sunday this year. I thought of inviting our in-laws, who live nearby, to celebrate his birthday. Having thought so, I contacted my in-laws and told them about the birthday party. "Then let's celebrate with a surprise without telling him." My mother-in-law was enthusiastic and willing to cooperate. Discussing with my in-laws and daughter about what kind of birthday party to have, I prepared for my husband's birthday. And then came Sunday. All that was left was to decorate the living room and pick up the reserved cake, and the preparations for the birthday party would be complete. However, if my husband was home while decorating, it wouldn't be a surprise. I hadn't thought about that and was wondering what to do when my husband approached me, holding our daughter's hand.
"The weather is nice, so I'm thinking of going out with Catherine for a bit."
"Really? Is that okay?"
"You seemed busy until yesterday, and since you don't have a part-time job today, you should relax. We'll eat lunch out too."
I thought my daughter might have spilled the beans about the birthday party, but it didn't seem to be the case. Gratefully realizing how much she cared for me, I thought I could now prepare for the birthday party. "Right, please take care of Catherine."
"All right, I'm heading out."
"Mama, I'm leaving."
After seeing them off, I quickly decorated the room and decided to head to the cake shop. I had reserved a birthday cake from a memorable store my husband and I visited during our dates. Even my husband, who isn't fond of sweet things, would surely love the cake from here. A sweet fragrance wafted from inside the shop. Waiting at the end of the line, I idly looked around. The cakes displayed in the showcase were vibrant, and just watching them seemed enjoyable, but many people seemed unable to make a choice and kept staring. I sighed, thinking it would take a while before my turn came. As I checked my phone, I noticed a message from my mother-in-law. Just when I was about to open it,
"With so many cakes, it's hard to choose."
Just choose what you want, Karen.
Recognizing the familiar voices, I looked in their direction. There he was, Tom, my husband. He was standing in front of the showcase, shoulder to shoulder with an unfamiliar woman. There was no sign of our daughter, who should have been with him. I couldn't spot her in the Eden area either. Where could she be? Just as I was about to leave the queue to look for her, I overheard their conversation again.
What do you recommend, Tom?
I'm not too sure.
Seeing him so relaxed with another woman made me wonder if my daughter was safe. Just as I decided to confront him, my phone rang. It was a call from my mother-in-law. Hello?
Emily, I heard you weren't feeling well. Are you okay?
Feeling unwell? Me?
Tom just dropped off Catherine. He seemed in such a rush when he left, so I thought maybe you were seriously ill.
So, Catherine is with you? I briefly explained the situation to my mother-in-law and hung up. Knowing my daughter's whereabouts, I could now focus on the couple in front of me. They continued their lovey-dovey conversation in front of the showcase.
In that case, I want to try different ones. Is that okay?
If my lovely Karen wishes for it, I might try a sweet cake today.
I recalled. He never said such things like that to me when he came here with me. I watched them intently and decided to call him. When he noticed the call, he began to frown.
Sorry, it's my wife.
Oh, our birthday date.
She just can't read the room. I'm really sorry.
Seeing his reluctant attitude, I realized he no longer had feelings for me. As I walked towards them while calling, I overheard their conversation.
What's up?
Hello, where are you now?
Didn't I say I was taking Catherine for a walk?
Oh, so you're with Catherine?
Obviously. What do you want?
No particular reason. All the cakes here are delicious, but if you prefer something less sweet, the fig cake is recommended. Just thought I'd tell you.
Huh? What's with the sudden info?
My top recommendation would be the cheesecake, but maybe no one wanted to hear the recommendation from a girl who can't read the room? Not only from the phone, but my voice directly reached my husband from behind, causing him to drop his smartphone in surprise. Seeing the cracked screen, I let out a sigh.
Why are you here?
That should be my line. And who might this lady be? Care to introduce her?
This girl is...
Seeing my husband and the woman both in a flustered state, I, on the other hand, became calm.
This girl is a subordinate of...
So you brought your subordinate here to enjoy cake together? Lying about walking with our daughter, who you left with your mother?
Well, she wanted some advice, so I couldn't bring Catherine along.
Really? You said it was a birthday date just a moment ago.
Well, I heard it was the manager's birthday today, so it was more of a joke.
This whole situation seems like a joke to me, you know. I called my mother-in-law while glaring at the silent two, and then I left them to my father-in-law, who promptly rushed over to the cake shop, and I went back to waiting in line. I didn't care anymore about a cheater's birthday party, but I couldn't cancel the cake I'd ordered, so I decided to go straight home after receiving the cake. When I entered the living room, my husband and the woman were sitting formally, their faces pale, surrounded by festive decorations. My daughter had been taken for a walk by my mother-in-law. I felt guilty for having troubled my in-laws so much. This isn't the place for this kind of conversation, but you are Karen, right? Is he really your manager?
Yes.
But it's not just a manager-subordinate relationship, right?
Well...
I've been watching at the cake shop, so I can understand, you know. So what do you two want to do? At my words, Karen looked up.
Please, divorce him.
Excuse me?
You asked us what we wanted to do, right? I want to marry Tom. I am prepared to become Catherine's mother.
At Karen's words, my father-in-law and I sighed simultaneously. What are you talking about? You shouldn't be the one to ask for a divorce. You think I would leave my beloved daughter to someone I don't know?
But you're neglecting Tom and your daughter to go out and have fun, right? You just don't want a divorce because you're after Tom's money, even though there's no love left, right?
Did my husband tell you that?
Yes, that's why he said he wants to marry me.
You've been in a relationship long enough to consider being married to him.
It's been about half a year since we started dating, but if we love each other, we should get married.
With that love, you think you can become the mother of a child born from another woman?
It's Tom's child, so I think I can love her.
I sighed again at Karen, who could only think about things that easily. Beside Karen, who was looking at me straightforwardly, I could see my husband getting irritated.
Shut up. Be quiet for a moment.
Why? Maybe now she'll agree to the divorce.
I said keep quiet.
My husband shouted at Karen, and then glared at me. What? I should be the one making that face. Who's the one neglecting their family to fool around with another woman? Only staying in this marriage for the money when there's no love? Who are we talking about here?
I might have exaggerated a bit, but you're just working part-time. You must be relying on my income, aren't you?
That's true. Currently, my income can't match yours. But that doesn't mean you get to say that I am failing as a wife and a mother, does it?
That's right. Emily has been trying to build a good relationship with us since she started dating you 15 years ago. Today, she even suggested celebrating your birthday together. What? My birthday? You've never done such a thing since Catherine was born.
True. This birthday party is the first in 4 years. But every year, I have conveyed my congratulations and my gratitude to you on your birthday. However, it seems it never really got through.
Anyone can say those words. If you had cared more about me, I wouldn't have had an affair.
Excuse me? So properly celebrating your birthday every year would be enough to show I care for you?
Of course. It's a special day.
So your birthday is the day you get to be the star? I'm sorry, I just can't understand that.
What did you say?
To begin with, you never even said the words that anyone could say on my birthday. Well, I never cared for birthday celebrations since I was a child and never wanted anything special, so it doesn't matter.
Then why did you decide to have a birthday party this year?
It was Catherine who suggested this idea. She must have been so happy and excited about your birthday party, and yet you used it as an alibi for your affair?
If you had told me that from the beginning...
If I had talked about the party, you wouldn't have gone on a date with her today? You intended to continue betraying your family as before?
Betrayal? Don't make it sound that bad.
Then what should I say? It's a fact, and you are still deceiving Catherine, isn't it?
That's true, but I planned to explain all about this when the time is right.
What are you going to explain? That you fell in love with someone and divorced me? Or will you say that I abandoned housework and parenting and that's why we separated? I wish you would stop underestimating me.
I was planning to decide based on Catherine's reaction when we divorce.
So you've already decided to get a divorce. Fine, let's divorce then. Maybe I do have some responsibility for this, but you and your lover will have to take responsibility for destroying our daughter's happiness and depriving her of her father.
That's right, Tom. It's something you brought upon yourself with your childish thinking and selfish behavior. You must atone for this for the rest of your life.
Tom continued to shed tears, facing downwards, and muttered a small,
"I'm sorry,"
after hearing the gentle words of his own father. It was late already, but it finally felt like my feelings and thoughts got through to my husband. Days passed and I received $30,000 as compensation and $60,000 for child support from my ex-husband, and $25,000 as compensation from Karen, concluding our divorce. Despite being the head of department, my ex-husband not only faced demotion due to the internal affair leading to divorce, but was also removed from his position at the head office. Even such a well-regarded person can lose people's trust in an instant. While he's not being treated coldly, people at work would gossip about him. He must be feeling uncomfortable. Karen left the company and returned to her parents' home as it became difficult for her to stay there any longer. My in-laws decided to distance themselves from their son. Even though our legal ties are severed, we intend to visit them occasionally to let them see Catherine, appreciating their kindness to us. Catherine and I temporarily moved back to my parents' home and are searching for a new house. I have decided to take an exam for a full-time position as it was suggested at my work. I think it will make our lives a bit easier. For the sake of my parents who are worried about us, and for the happiness of me and my daughter, I will keep